Bro asking the universe why life is such a massive L earns luck is so cooked he's literally ready to meet the Grim Reaper. For the vibes, while yeeting himself off, he was low-key, smirking and cursing this midlife. Main character was treated like trash while alive, and even dying he's still a flop. Flashback to when the MC and two teammates entered a dungeon, he was zero. Like them, couldn't even scrap, just tagging along like a side quest tool. Life was already an L, then he got stuck with fake friends after they clapped a rat. They made him loot it since he knows the value with his appraisal skill. No watching him trip just by walking is a major ick. The mage girl was hating and throwing shade because his class is low-key the weakest in the game. FR. He had to low-key suck it up and say my bad just to secure the bag. Since day one, the light goddess gives everyone a class while the shadow goddess drops the skill set on them. Skills can be grinded for that glow up, but your main class is basically locked in forever. Whether you catch a W or an L is pure NG. The class system is split into 3 tiers. Top tier is high-key rare, mostly rich bag chasers or big leaders. Second are guys like Roar and Ronaldo, crack swordsman or mage mains. At the absolute bottom is him, with trash skills not meant for PvP, who can't get buffed no matter how hard he does the most. Mostly, your class is just family genetics. He inherited major LS from his parents and lost them both at birth, so he couldn't even take over the family business. No choice left, he chose the most dangerous path to becoming an adventurer. Low-key dreaming of that glow-up life. But once he got in, he realized it's actually trash and the vibes are off. After hearing giant rat teeth are worth big bank, he tried to snatch him out, but he's too weak and couldn't even pull one out. No cap. Ern asked Rua for help, but that man is a total hater. Rua thinks he's trash and treats him like a literal garbage man, doing all the dirty work. He tried his best but ended up getting folded worse than a door. Even if they said they'd keep him alive, he better humble himself and know his place. FR. But hearing that kid, he had to take the L to keep grinding, realizing this world is low-key not fair at all. If you're weak, you're literally muted. FR. Watching him pull out those gross rat teeth was cringe, and the others were trolling. They were toxic, but what they said was spitting facts. No cap. Being a sweeper is a trash tier job, since you're just looting dead mobs. Because lugging the whole rat back is too much effort, they hired this dude to do the dirty work. Once the loot is secured, they keep grinding to secure the bag. This is the only way to survive this savage world, so even if the job is mid, you still gotta grind. Going deeper, the trio got lucky again, found a high-tier mob corpse to sell. Finna get that massive bag, so he used an appraisal skill. He thought this was low-key sus cause who would just leave a body here. Plus, her the guild dated this mob. Def shouldn't be spawning here. The girl was like, quit yapping and just secure the loot. Luckily the teeth were easy to farm. No cap. Bruh, it wasn't just one, there were hella more. He was low-key shook, cause the map said this was a straight path. FR. So why is it glitched like this? He told the couple they should dip. They said nah, this is free bread and no effort, why fumble the bag? If you want to dip, go solo. But leave the loot bag and find ... Everything he grinds for will get snatched. Since he got kidnapped, he's basically simping for them to keep his small bag. Loki scared that back home, no squad will want him on the team. That is why even if they treat him like an absolute dog, he's still pushing through. Since at least these two took him in. Peeping the loot, he's wondering if they are adventurers, why leave these mats here, who has got enough power to solo this many mobs at once? Then the tea was spilled. Turns out these monsters did not even get clapped by anyone. They were just cannibalizing each other, which was a majorly cursed vibe, and everyone was shaking cause even at full power they could not even one tap a single one. Running away is the move, but they still. That absolute NPC turned him into snacks, and even had his girl cast a stun spell. FR. He realized they immediately turned him into the new target to lure the mobs, and they dead ass said good luck while dipping, making him so salty. The dog pack started champing, which low-key hurt, but it actually broke the stun. Big brain move. Man struggled, yeeted a rocket one to end it, and dropped his loot to buy time to skedaddle. But when he hit the end of the row, he saw those two toxic players block the exit. He had to sneak through a side alley. But that was also a major L. Everything went downhill for the poor guy, facing this harsh reality. He was straight up lost, no cap. Mobs behind him, a bottomless pit. In front, pick your poison. It's literally Jova either way. Cornered with a painful, mid-smile. He thinks getting mauled by dogs until he logs out would be a massive L. If he jumps, it's a total game over anyway, so he might as well pick the least mid option. At least he gets to vibe with that free-for-all feeling. In his final moments, he's low-key hating himself for being a trash tier Appraiser. There were times he wanted to escape fate, but he just kept on grinding. But the universe is a hater, constantly serving ales when he thought being an adventurer would be his main character moment. Instead, he's still getting flexed on, serving like a literal slave, and then he gets ghosted by everyone. At the edge of the abyss, he's done blaming his class since no one chooses their spawn. I was born, but I can totally choose how I vibe. I chose the adventurer life. Instead of a 9 to 5, now it's too late, so I'm just giving up and yeeting myself off this cliff. Wondering why I'm even here ever. And if my whole existence was even a main character moment. Ended up with 0 gains. And dying in this random spot. This life is majorly mid. No cap, hope I don't respawn. If the universe trolls me again, it's honestly so over for me. Thought I was dead ass gone. But I live cause I hit the water. Those tragic tears of his actually woke someone up. She walked over feeling his tragic vibe. While this dude was hurting a kiss on his forehead healed him up FR. Later bro woke up and saw someone thinking it was a dream until he fully recovered and realized he was at the great tree, or what people call the world tree. He's still alive and back to 100%, going from one shock to another. He's low-key super grateful. The vibe here is magical with waterfalls, and he checked to find that the great tree's healing is god tier and better than any meds in the world, no cap. Plus the world tree grows crazy without light, which is why it's chilling in this dark dungeon. Lore says the great tree has infinite mana that never runs out FR. Bro, I literally can't believe my eyes. The reason humans can flex magic is low-key cause they absorb air mana while converting it in their bodies. And the source of that massive mana vibe everywhere is this specific tree. But centuries ago, the only OG tree withered and dipped, so everyone thought it was totally cooked. Yet somehow, the air still has mana, and it's making it impossible for anyone to explain it, FR. Some big brain scholars had a theory that other world trees are still out there, humans just haven't found them yet, no cap. They did a massive search across every continent but found 0, which tracks cause nobody expected the world tree to be vibing deep inside. Inside this dungeon, FR, he was low-key grateful to the world tree for saving his life. This might be the first time he felt this happy, no cap. Touching the tree made him hear a voice, but when he looked, no one was there, so he thought he was Delulu and decided to find a way out. The vibe here is super chill, high. Key 0 mobs around, so he finally felt safe enough to send Regardless, those two aren't coming back to save him, no food either, so he has to risk it all, maybe he'll find the exit and escape. He thanked the big tree before leaving, but the girl who saved him was gone, literally vanished. He's at a spot not on the map. Heike the first to pull up. It's crunch time, so everything's down to pure luck. Bro shook, but he's gotta move forward. Low-key clutching a rock for defense after walking a bit and seeing no monsters. It was a vibe. Before he could flex, his ears suddenly got sliced off at guard speed. Then his fingers got clipped too, and the pain was straight up foul. Used Appraiser and saw the culprit was S-rank deep sea reaper granny, also known as a tiny demon that loves torturing its prey first. That's why I'm still breathing, no cap. Cause she could have sliced me in half whenever she felt like it. Bro got his limbs pierced just like that. But the bad vibes didn't even stop there. Right then, the demon just got clapped in, one-shotted by a beast that was built different. He literally couldn't do anything, got his eyes swiped by claws immediately. His body got folded, not even a single bone was intact, FR. The beast thought he was a snack. But luckily, the Elsa Girls squad came in clutch for the save. She's actually cracked, deleted that monster's head without even trying. He woke up to find all his wounds healed, then saw his savior right in front of him, looking like a total baddie. Her vibe brought him pure peace, giving main character energy like she walked out of a fairy tale. While he was low-key simping, the guy asked his daughter to brew tea. Ago, finish that drink, FR, it's straight from the heart, so you gotta respect it till the last drop. He hadn't even processed before Mom yeeted it all into his mouth. He said the vibes were bussin', making her blush hard, her hands wagging like a pup, he thought. She was literally so precious. Mom heard and said don't have sus intentions with her girl or you're getting unalived. He chilled and asked about the hero. Turns out she doesn't like getting hands dirty. But since her daughter kept begging, she cleared those monsters, so you better be grateful to my girl for clutching up for you twice. Mom tried to make him kneel, but he wasn't about that life, FR. Iori was low-key vibing hard. Hearing her name called so cute, the mom was pressed FR, kicked him in the face and treated him like a loser. For Trina riz her up. Iori had to stop her before she caught a case, one more broken bone. And it's over for him. Since their mom and daughter, everyone wondered how this tiny queen birthed such a slave fairy daughter. Basically, their family FR, Asala, is the main character protecting the world tree. He was lost in the source, so they Explain there are 9 world trees. And strong ones like them protect them. So they can grow up. With natural vibes. Sometimes they gotta fight some ops from. Yo, this is literally the main quest for the protector, no cap. Turns out she's been vibing with the world tree. Since it first sprouted, FR, and exactly like he already suspected. Iori is the great tree itself, basically. So your smooth brain can actually process it. The girl is a whole spirit. He finally got the memo, leaning in like. Why is she such a baddie? Iori got hyped up. And got so shook her head it started smoking. Seeing that, tiny mom kept stomping on. The dude's head, like stop being so cringe. Doing too much over a little eye contact. Shorty explained that body damage is fine unless you're totally cooked, then world tree. Juice will fix you up, but that eye is completely trashed, so it's impossible. To respawn it, they had to use the world tree to craft. Made a whole new eye so it's Loki is spirit eye now and no cap. It's gonna give him massive buffs FR. If Yuri hadn't begged her so hard she wouldn't have done it, she just wants him to see the world with both eyes. He was shook and asked why she went that hard. She was all shy, saying he's the first one to say thanks for real from the heart. The warmth from his hands reached the tree and she felt the vibe. She's hyped to meet a real one, so she's helping him out big time. She said it's rare for peeps to fall down here and every time it happens her daughter saves them. But not a single soul said thanks. And they even stole branches, which is majorly toxic and cringe. But she's built different, no cap, not greedy. Even though she knows the world tree's buff. Via appraisal, the bro starts glazing her, again, calling her his literal savior, for life. To stop the rizzing, the mom kicks him out. The girl is pressed cause it's cooked. Outside, he was low-key tweaking earlier. No way he survives those mobs. In that state, mom doesn't care if he dies, says. It's not our problem, Iori is stressed. Hugging her and begging for real. Guardians can't leave the world trees zone, so escorting him back to the surface safely is a major L. It's literally impossible, low-key depressing. The daughter is sobbing so hard it hits the mom in the feels. She has to comfort her, saying she has a plan. I got a plan, so don't trip. Usual is Heike annoyed by humans, but for his fave daughter, he'll just tank it. You want to train that dude till he's cracked enough to dip on his own. Yuri is hyped FR, instantly hugging mom, straight up in her feels. I'm shook they claim they can survive and leave. He's so glad. He's hugging everyone. What an absolute opportunist, bro. Arsenal thinks you should flex cause the world's strongest sage is coaching you, but FR, if he fails, the vibe check, he's getting cooked. Until he's literally dead. The guy's locked in and ready for the smoke, so they hit the dungeon again. Lesson 1 is low-key just controlling his power. Yen stressing over the law, but there's no time, so just send it. FR since he can't even die, why worrying? Usual points ahead and tells him to look, but he sees zero vibes, like nothing at all. Master's pressed and kicks him for being mid. Your left eye literally has a piece of the world tree crystal. Why are you tweaking? Bet, he starts vibing with the new eye. And the first thing he sees is the silhouette of that baddie right there. When he opens his eyes, the dark void suddenly goes high def and the grind starts when Yukura summons a Grimly. 2 flex on him just like before. This beast likes trolling the weak, so it's not gonna end him right away. If he doesn't want to catch these hands, he's got to dodge, which seems impossible, but it's low-key doable. Maybe it's cause you got that appraisal skill. FR, low-key. This combo with spirit eyes is a whole new meter. He centered and the results were actually cracked. Not just monster stats, but I can read its moves too, no cap. But it cost an ear, so Master had to clutch with that world tree water to heal him back up. He knew it would be a total L, he prepped everything. He made a devious face like you won't die, so just enjoy the grind. Out of options, he tried to proc action appraisal again, knowing it's aiming for the left leg. He moved. First time dodging an S-rank mob is a vibe I'm starting to see. With spirit eyes, I can predict. After reading all the enemy's vibes, homie started flexing with his master but got clapped by the demon for being mid. Yet the pain fueled his determination. He wants future sight to be his whole personality, like breathing FR, so he can finally evolve into a new man. Cut to a week later, bro fully mastered the future sight hack, so his sensei switched to combat training. The goal is to smoke that goofy demon. But he's low-key pressed since he's a support. Class being forced to go aggro. She already did the math, and explaining it is a whole chore, so she just handed him a world tree sword for the vibe check. Bet. This is one of Yuri's peak branches. No cap, she wanted to help her king, so she took the L and broke it off for him. So if any side dares mess it up, it's on side. He's locked in. FR, he swore to main this sword forever. Since he clocked the timing of the enemy's move, he thought it'd be an easy hit, but it ain't that simple. Human speed is a total L against Granny. The hack is to use the spirit eye to buff his combat Stats. Cause it's not just for checking stats. He turned it on and suddenly, everything went into slow-mo mode. This is the peak result of the he landed a surprise hit that sent the demon face planting, no cap. He thought the force was mid, then realized while it looked slow to him, the reality was built different. Strike power at that speed is overkill. That's low-key insane. First time a total L actually clapped a high-rank monster. Arsenal humbled him for celebrating early FR. The next mission from Master is to clear every single gremlin here, which is honestly wild ass. Since he's vibing with the spirit eye now, everything's a cakewalk, so the next lesson is upraising the mob's energy and snatching their moves for himself. Humans level up through learning, so he's definitely gonna cook for real. Usually he'd just scan them and use the info like a Wikipedia page. But with Spirit Eye he turns the enemy's skills into his own, but it's tough because his body isn't built for moving at high speeds like those cracked out monsters. After learning the skill his brain is lagging. It stings like a massive info dump. No cap, usually lets her bro try it, and he's actually speedrunning FR. To be as cracked as Granley though, he's still mid, his body's glitching, since it can't keep up with his stats. Now he's gotta grind his runs to master that speed. Every bone snap or muscle tear gets healed just to keep sending it. Spamming that loop a million times is a total cheat code to get buffed. Days later he feels like he can finally smoke that mid bear, so he asks his master for the green light. Usually says it's too soon but passes down the appraisal skill of the stronger sage to him. Never in his hikey hype but usually looks like her daughter's fissing her. Wait, is that the move or what? In the master skill book, there's a major hack called chant cancellation. Basically, bro can cast spells just by using his brain instead of chanting like a mid-mage. By upraising his master skills, he actually copped that ability, but the price was low-key insane, like his body was exploding, but he still analyzed all the data. 5 days later he realized his mana was trash, so he kept passing out while casting, so then he used World Tree Juice to buff his total mana pool for real. To do that, bro had to keep pushing himself to the limit. Cause if there's any mana left in the tank, the capacity won't even level up. After grinding for a month, he can literally spam 1000 fireballs, no cap. His stats are totally cracked now. After analyzing gremlin skills with his sensei, USA pulling up, he was low-key shook cause he got bodied last time, but his master was like, "You're him now? No need to worrying. Just use your whole brain to lock in and survive." So he stood there, facing that absolute unit of a bear and chose violence, but his fireballs were low-key mid. He tried to speed blitz to get close, but it was too obvious. Glad he has future side hacks to counter before getting caught lacking. Besides fire, he's also cracked at. He's got that mid-wind magic too, but since he's not built different, the damage output was low-key trash FR. Knowing even a tank dies eventually, he kept spamming fireballs at the op until the bear got cooked and finally collapsed, giving him the W. He felt cracked and was hyped that no one's gonna clown him anymore. Homie used Appraisal to instantly yoink skills from the mob. It really makes him buff, but the pain is a whole negative vibe. Ukraina saw her bro was finally valid, so she ended the training arc there. Now all he gotta do is delete the mobs in the way and touch some grass on the surface. Went to say bye to Yori then. Got a gift while the mom acted salty. But since the daughter is being so real, she's handing over the whole spirit core of the world tree, the literal stuff his missing eye was made of, no cap. Master says he'll use this to make a massive upgrade. He's low-key shook to take it since it's basically the source of the great tree. Just getting a slice of this power is a huge W, but the mom tells him to stop dreaming. It's just a loan once he's gone. The call goes back to her daughter. She's done yapping, so just kneel down for the implant already. Once it's done, he feels mid. No change, Master says just wait, because this eye has evolved, FR. It's not just a basic spirit eye anymore, it's a guard eye, facts. Once he uses that stick, he's going to be in his feels, FR. He tried to thank his bestie but she ghosted, then she popped out of his I like her total jump scare, shook him FR. She's acting all shy cause now she can low-key just live inside her crush's eye, and basically the spirit core is the same as the world tree, no cap. So now he's officially the vessel for the world tree, and Yori can totally pop out and back in any time. Insala said be grateful cause her daughter is tagging along with that op healing water. That's a total vibe, curing everything, unless he gets one-shotted. He's basically immortal, period. He's hyped to have a duo partner, but he's low-key worried about his master, since she might be in her feels about it. As soon as he spoke, he got kicked in the face. FR, obviously, no way she's trusting her girl to some random NPC with zero lore. But since Igwe's been stuck here since spawn, and they're low-key vibing, she decided to give them a chance to cook. She wants her to explore the world and see cool new things, cause staying here forever is straight up tragic, no cap. Uzura usually stays yapping, but now she's passing him the torch to protect her. He's just a mid guy, but his soul is actually pure and based. The quest is to use that eye to show Iori all the main character energy vibes. He's like, bet, I'll protect my wifey, so don't even stress, mum. She gave him a parting gift, and Master said he can store infinite loot now. Just by thinking about it, big flex. Also, there's this fire sword made from the best world tree bits. It's a total vibe and low-key pricey spirit blade. Before he could secure the bag, the mum literally shanked him FR. Iori healed him, then let Ursula absorb a whole philosopher's stone. It's resonating with his other eye, from now on his low-key sharing a vision stream. With her, she's not chill letting him leave with her daughter, no cap. She'd be lurking through his right eye, warning him if he does illy dirty. It's strictly on sight. It's also got other fire perks like being a built-in Discord for them. Once they were geared up, the duo said bye to mum and asked her what she is tryna do on the surface, FR. She said she's tryna meet the fam since there's 9 world trees total. And they're all her sisters, so she really wants to link up. Nevern promised they'd go on a world tour. To find her squad, it's the best thing he can do to pay her back. Seeing them vibe like this, you see LA is happy. So he hits the dungeon again to find the exit, right eye buff by mum and left eye by Iori. Reaching the surface is actually light work. Master warns about the mobs ahead. Before they even see them, cracked FR. All the tea is revealed by the divine eye. Now S-rank monsters are no longer an issue. Every time he bags one he upraises it to snag new skills. But wait, this time his brain is totally wide awake, no side effects. Iori pulled up saying she's fully healed. So we're vibing now, no cap. He happily headpats her, saying he's grateful she's on the squad. She's blushing so hard it's giving major confession vibes, FR. Later, MC follows the lead to the door. Master says every dungeon has a boss, just like this one, deadass. To escape, we gotta beat it. This thing is guarding the core, so its power is low-key cracked compared to the mobs he's seen. It's risky, but he's not about to. Goes the ones who helped him, so he slides in with main character energy. Down here, he's not a mid-loser anymore. He's the world tree vessel. When he sees the core, a massive magic circle. The portal is live, no cap. Stone bugs spawned out of nowhere. And it was to sus, so I told Iori to duck for cover. Master is coaching from the back, FR. Power-wise, he's totally mid compared to that beast, but he's got speed and high-tier monster skills. Uzura told the bro to use a mum and hockey, so the punch wouldn't feel like a whole meteor. Hitting him, facts. Hands are fine, but the legs are cooked. Luckily Uri is spamming heals, so it's still Gucci. He took the chance to use corrosion and nerfed the Boog's arm. It's molting and missing every shot. What a clown. This ain't it, Master says use that ultimate move I taught you, slay. With his current mana, he is totally op, and since EUI is in there, why be pressed? He went full send, dumping all his mana into a move called Nova. The bug got deleted by the blast, no cap, and she was shook, or she didn't think she'd win that easily. Yuri popped out to hype her up, but she knew low-key if she was so low, she wouldn't have clutched it. So he held her hand to say thanks, and the man was salty but couldn't do anything. After the appraisal, he copped a bunch of S-rank skills, FR. Master said he's not just taking skills from monsters now, but even the dungeon core is up for grabs. Using her right eye, she teleported in to help. Basically, divine eye is the meter. Of course a guardian like me can vibe back and forth if it's close, FR. The scan shows the maze core and spirit core are twins, so you can use it too. Buff your eye and make it look even more cracked and fire. He was shook since he's already op, but can still level up. Master then slotted the core into his eye and it evolved. Big facts. If he just keeps roaming and absorbing this stuff non-stop, he's gonna be the strongest human ever, FR. Once outside, the door shut since the core was snatched. The path to the world tree is cooked now, so no need to guard it. Just pull up and travel with the girl directly. It's a vibe. He was low-key happy because he respects his master like a goat. Cut to the adventurer guild after ditching him in the dungeon with monsters. Whip guy was literally capping to everyone about him being dead. Then he invited them to go loot some high-value items together, FR. He was yapping his head off when the MC pulled up behind him, thought it was a ghost coming for his neck. He said he was still alive and exposed him for leaving him to die in that dungeon. He didn't believe he clapped the mobs and came back. Everyone realized the whole story was total cap and stood up for the protagonist. They were about to teach him a lesson, but he stopped them since he's alive. So he just let it slide, no cap. Low-key, I was the only one who let him join the squad even though I was being used. But if it wasn't for this bro, I wouldn't have found a goat teammates. So he just let it slide, no beef. And even said thanks, leaving that dude straight up confused FR. Everyone saw she's built different now, no longer giving loser energy, just main character vibes moving forward. A few days later, the trio was slaying high-level mobs, prepping to raid other dungeons to find the rest of those world trees. Stats are peaking, already level 3. Since world trees carry the whole world. Not every dungeon has one, for now. The goal is to clear this whole area. Before moving to the next spot, it's gonna take a hot minute, but she's chilling since it was her request. So might as well just vibe and enjoy. Suddenly, they heard wild screaming and rushed over to see monsters tweaking. He straight up yeeted them and healed the people who were literally on their last breath. Seeing her literal savior, the girl was catching major feels and called him a hero. She just hugged him, and the other guy had to let it slide because she's a princess. The merchant guild leader introduced himself and spilled the tea that Cordia is actually one of the king's 3 daughters. They all got invited back to the mansion to chill and grab some drinks. This girl was already down bad and wanted to marry him ASAP. Yuri had to step in and kill the vibe, saying, "Wait, I'm actually his wife, FR." The guy was shook for a hot minute. He thought she gave up, but she's fine. Being the second wife, since that's the vibe here. Illy is low-key shook. She didn't expect homegirl to be that bold, FR. Stepmom's crying happy tears now that her daughter is slaying. Jasper shoots his shot to marry her, and it had her dead. To explain the law, he took everyone to the basement. Turns out Jasper is loaded and his whole vibe is collecting rare treasures, no cap. Basically every gem in the world is here, but the missing piece is that spirit core in my left eye. So he knew about it since the moment he saw him. All the tea about the world tree just got spilled. Law says to seal Demon King Milan, the world tree used up all its power and just ghosted the entire world. The core was born, but nobody could ever find it until today, when the universe letting them link up again. Since he's low-key obsessed with saving gems, he forced a marriage arrangement, which is actually wild FR. Ukraine saw that and pulled him aside to check his vibe on the deal. Their goal is world tree law, and Jasper is holding all the tea. Narrator said just say bet for now, but no shot, he just wants to be besties. So he agreed to keep it chill for now. Asked about spirit cores elsewhere, found out it's hikey dangerous, but they're still down. So the guy let him cook. A few days later, they hit the ancient dungeon. He's hoping Yuri's fam is there so the squad gets that main character energy to find the rest of the gang. Seeing her stressing, he gave her some wholesome vibes. He swore on guard he'd get the girl back to her day ones, no cap. So he just kept grinding deep into the dungeon, following Master's lead. Ahead was a dead end, but usual spotted a teleport glitch on the wall. One touch and you're warped to the real spot behind the fake. He did it and was shook AF to be dropped in a jungle. Salty 300 said there's some high key op magic that warped the whole vibe, thinking only her sisters could be doing the absolute most like this. Suddenly, the little sis Vina telepathically said, "Welcome back, big sis." Watching from inside, seeing her sis with a random was a total ick, so she demanded they clear some trials before they could even pull up on her. The elf was lost. She'd already come so far, came all this way just for them to act up. Asking for a teleport, the girlie was like, "I don't even have that skill, no cap." Low-key makes sense though, since teleporting is high-tier magic. Vina warned this spot was player-made, not a natural dungeon. So the difficulty is actually insane FR. If they even make it here, it's a skill issue. And if they get unlived, I'm literally not catching that case at all. Yuri's like, bet, I'll try, but Vina thinks it's her mans who really needs to lock in. The girl got so pressed and blushing hard, saying chill, he's not even my boyfriend. Like that yet, FR. After that brutal training arc with the squad, he's leveled up and fearless. He told her to hide while he carries the team. The girl inside was straight up flexing, saying her hidden dungeon is the hardest, FR. So just take the L and quit already. She's flexing hard, saying it's MBD. Low-key, Vina's whole plan was to expose her fake personality, thinking her sister was being used. She was vibing watching him fall for the trap, but the master clutched up and helped him successfully clear it. She didn't want to keep stalling, so she had her disciple speedrun this. Just like that, the guy easily cleared all the traps Vina set, making her press that. The dude didn't even trigger one after she put in so much work on the design. Yukil said the top priority is a girl's smile, so pick up the pace and do her a solid. Yuri mentioned her sis has been making these traps for the vibes since they were kids. Homie's speechless cause it's dangerous AF, and not a vibe at all. Vina explains she's not even toxic like that. If your HP hits 0, the system just yeets you out automatically. Now the first op just spawned and it's a sea plant spraying that sleepy gas FR. Catch that and you're sleeping for 7 days straight. But he's low-key immune to all those Debuffs, Vina was about to laugh. But then she lagged like, bruh. What even is this guy? He's grinding these mobs hard to help. Yuri link up with his sis ASAP. With just one basic slash he sliced it in half and insta-learned. A new skill, slay. Suddenly, some demon attacks at high speed. And Sula can't even see it. So that monster is definitely using a stealth skill. What really shook Vina was how he took and just stood there unbothered like nothing happened. He just lolled and said he's got that sneak attack immunity skill for real. The girl called Cap, saying that's straight up cheating. Then he flexed his new skill called Immovable Fortress, mixed with Sneak Resist. He's literally invincible, but Vina's still flexing her mobs like, catch me if you can lol. Master heard that and used Spirit Eyes to track the location, and once he saw it, he straight up crushed the ground with one hand, like it was nothing. Getting stealth for free is such a W. Vina shook, confused how her S-rank mob got folded that easily. He bragged that having Iori in the squad is low-key op while the girl started crying after her sis gave her that buff. Next level, this girl's confidence is back, saying these mobs ain't mid, like the last ones, then two absolute units pull up on him. They really thought they did something charging in like that. But bro used guard speed to slice them in half, if they got bodied. Vina is literally shook because these high-tier mobs got one-shotted. He even unlocks some fine new skills. She asks if he's a beast, and he's like nah, just a basic Appraiser. Pina is dead because calling that level of power basic is a whole mood. Meanwhile, the back guy got pulled into a hidden dungeon too. My man has been struggling for his life. If Vina didn't set a no-kill rule, he would have been cooked from the start. Thinking back, should I even let this guy off the hook? I literally can't with this. Dumping all the blame on him after the tea spilled about those sus deeds, the whole guild cancelled him. Now he's getting roasted everywhere he goes. Treated worse than a door, no cap. Even Saltier Islan sold him out because she knew staying with him would be a massive L for her life. She played the victim card so hard, acting like it was Roy who used that paralysis spell on her. Homie tried to clap back, but she's a mastermind, using tears to frame him. It's low-key facts though, since he's the one who actually asked her to cast that paralysis magic anyway. Just like that, Roy got banned from the pub. He's thinking if anyone else was in his shoes on that day, they would have done the exact same thing. Acting all noble for what? The hypocrisy is cringe. Since nobody wanted to squat up, he had to start solo carrying for the bag FR. Hoping to secure that massive W to clear his mid-reputation, he pulled up to the ancient dungeon to slay some C-rank mobs, low-key touched a wall and then got teleported inside with a game. Greeted the hidden player with a trap hit, thought he was totally cooked, but then he got booted for being too weak, even. The girl told him to beat it, but no shot. Did that actually work? Thirsting for the glory cause he knows he literally can't die, which is facts, but his body still takes damage for real. To avoid a total reset, this man is tryharding to stay alive, wondering how big this map is when he bumped into a small crocodile. It's an S-rank beast, so before he could even move, Soy got clapped FR. It hurt like crazy, but the man wasn't gonna quit cause going home empty-handed is straight up major L energy. Bina said if you're shook just scream I quit, and the system will teleport you out of here. He was salty and tried to walk away, but the monster stamped his 7 arms into the ground. It knew he was mid, so it wasn't even rushing, just about to jump scam in two, quitting when suddenly its head got sliced off. Deadass wild, no cap. Seeing him from the back, they thought this guy is a total goat for one-shotting it. They said thanks, then realized it was Jin. Bruh, that's actually so tough. The squad was shook, asking what the hell he was doing here, but honestly he should be the one asking them that. He said he's just here to finish the quest. It's a total L he can't accept. How a scavenger is this cracked FR? He dropped the beef and asked Iori to save the dude, she's a real one, and gave him the healing juice for his wounds. DOI is shook cause he was cooked but recovered in 2 south, hikey sus. He's like, who you talking to? But then our boy used that sleep skill to make him go lights out. Immediately told Tina this guy's done for, so just dump him outside. Heading to the bug room, the baddie had to admit he's got that dog in him. But no matter how he carries, this level is tough. If he beats the boss, the world tree door will be locked. Last time was inside out, but now I'm coming from the outside, low-key scared I won't reach her. Uzura only gets brain fog when the maze core gets absolutely wrecked, FR. Hearing that, he dashed inside to ask his master where the ops are, and she said it's the whole plot of land underneath you. With so many skills equipped, he's basically flying while fighting now. Main character vibes. His opponent is the Black Tortoise, one of the 4 legendary spirits, no cap. This unit is massive. Magic shots didn't do jack. Then Uzura suddenly caught a familiar mana vibe coming from the beast. The turtle shot a spell too, but he used Appraisal and parried it back. But the result was still mid-0 damage, actually cooked. He felt this was too broken, then suddenly he noticed some magic residue left all over the place. Fam finally clocked it and stopped, throwing hands even when the ops thought he was tweaking. But no, that turtle's physical hits were literally missing. Why? Simple, that Black Tortoise was just a massive illusion, FR. He used a skill to reveal their true form, and turns out it's just a small turtle. My man just snatched it up to take home because it was a whole vibe. I sooner had to admit Venar's illusion. Magic is cracked, it warps space and looks way too real, no cap. Props to my guy for spotting the scam when I missed it, after checking the small turtle. He knew it was the core of Black Tortoise, one of the 4 OGs who literally created the world. But the kid is still so small. When everyone realized, they were shook. FR. Min asked Venar for a pass cause. No way he's killing that turtle, though. She low-key tried to force him. Sinchi begged so hard and made Venar look like a villain for ending that tiny turtle. She couldn't take it and had to let her through. Seeing her sis, she dashed to Yuri for a big hug, swinging her around. Cause she missed her vibe so much. She called him an L for bullying. But her sister clapped back saying, he's actually a total W, no cap. Hearing that, Pina bet that Egu is straight up simping for him now. She was low-key blushing, basically, confirming it, then wiped her tears, saying she's just glad her sis is thriving. Seeing that made me low-key happy, then she asked to tag along because she thinks he's a whole vibe. Staying here is a total L. She wants to hang out with you. She trade a spirit core just like Iori did. She asked for your take and you said bet. Then Black Tortoise goes human mode and says she's the guardian of this whole city, FR. Turns out she's Black Tortoise's daughter. Arsenal is out, but she treats him like a lil kid, seeing Master call her lord. Has him low-key shook? She's chill like Bina, says just call Mikaro, no need to be so extra. Since he's never seen Master use honorifics, he's literally staring wide-eyed. She's like T if you're looking at, kneel down, go pay respects, FR. He did that and asked the guardian for permission to take that bratty little menace on an adventure. Kudo was low-key vibing with this wholesome guy, so she said bet, but only if I get to tag along too. She also handed over the Master's mirror stone, plus Zhuanwu's defense skills are straight up broken and op. Min inherits Kuro's barrier, which is Deva Major W is not even salty since he had 0 friends before. Suddenly having the whole squad pull up is the ultimate vibe. Later, no, the Master cooked up a spirit core, so I could absorb the Divine Eye and hit level 4 with new features unlocked. Seeing his muse laughing so hard when reunited with fam gave Yen even more motivation to find the rest of the gang. Wonder how bright this small queen's gonna smile. USA acts tough, but he's low-key soft. Seeing how the homie made his daughter vibes so hard like that. Outside Wa woke up and was majorly in his feels after being studied 24/7. The bro went to the guild to sell all that high-tier loot, but was low-key scared they'd say he's hacking. But his bestie vouched for him, no cap. He's got that clout, so his word is law. Even the receptionist had to be super polite and go fetch the big boss for a direct meet-up. Leader introduced the new bro and said he wanted all the mats back too. Properly appraise those S-rank monsters, cause buying them straight up would be a total L and you'd get fun S. After checking your cert card though, they found out his job is a mid-tier appraiser, so where's he getting the loot to sell FR? Since he's an F-rank adventurer, they thought Jasper was low-key getting scammed. The others started acting toxic and roasting Min that his job is rare. But actually, the biggest L of all classes, being flamed like that hurt his vibes. But his bro was there to comfort him. He said, no cap, just show them the haul from yesterday and they'll see. Min popped his skill and pulled out a massive flex of rare materials from high-level mobs, including the undead King's Skull, leaving those haters absolutely shook. An Appraiser getting all this loot is straight up impossible, FR. They thought he dead ass stole it. Cause there's no way it's legit. So it turns out this is why he thinks the guild is mid-FR. He low-key hates clout, but being slept on is straight up cringe. Then the guild master pulls up too. Keep it 100, calling everyone NPCs for judging based on rank alone. After looking into his eyes, she says they vibe hard. He shook. Cause she's giving Jasper energy. By actually noticing that staff checks the loot and it's all bussin'. My man really claims he's the main character for soloing all those mobs, no cap. He flexes his richer status too, vouch making the haters pressed and switching up their energy. Staff is literally shaking while apologizing. Being rude to him was a total L, Megan said. I'll talk to the staff about that mess, so I hope you can just let it slide, FR. He's low-key chill, doesn't hold grudges, and he digs the Prez's vibe. She's just built different and a total real one, no cap. Megan thinks even if fate is predetermined, those who level up and beat the struggle are the ones who are actually respectable. They're the true MVPs, honestly. It makes the world such a vibe, which was proven when he soloed those high-rank monsters all by himself. Total boss move. Those words hit different, so he just smiled, feeling totally safe and comfy in this spot. He told Jazer it was a total W pulling up, here to meet such amazing people like them. They're high-key legends, no cap. The president got hyped and said she's totally into strong guys with that energy. He looked like the GOAT's kid, so they invited him in. Megan didn't give in any time to think, because she knew they'd link up again real soon. FR. The receptionist let them chill in the lounge while waiting, but Jasper told him to drop all the materials he got after he cleared that hidden dungeon. This is just a mid-amount, no cap. Nothing crazy. Hearing that, all the adventurers swarmed in to ask about the hidden dungeon. He's so load. Tonight, the bro is vibing in Jasper's bougie hot tub. He's feeling low-key exhausted today. Being disrespected then hyped up is a total mood. Then Yuri pops out saying the moon is a vibe, making him jump like, why are you even here? She's pressed cause he tried to dip on her. Vinar's like, maybe it's cause you saw. It's cause Sis's rack is huge, no cap. Yuri's older but she's low-key in a suntaf. Bro had zero clue what the lil sis meant, so he told them to dip elsewhere since this is the man's bathroom, for real. Vinar wasn't having it, saying spirits don't need to follow mid-human rules. That Delulu girl even started vibing. On the seat, she's actually wildin'. She bet he's having some down bad thoughts looking at her sister's top half. He tried to cap but she's actually a whole snack, for real. Yuri's blushing hard cause Tina's thinking about a spirit-human hybrid baby being born, and Usher watching them is fuming that he's checking out his own daughter like that. Master is a flat screen, so she's not pressed about being seen but then got shook, hiding the receipts cause they were getting bullied. FR. Calling Yuri my main squeeze. If any of you mid-dudes touch that divine body, it's on sight. Bet. Yuri jumped in to stop the beef and called her total queen. She's definitely caught feelings and is down bad. No way she's escaping this vibe. She couldn't stand it, immediately popped her alt and asked if they wrote their will yet. Vina saw this and was vibing, hyped the whole squad to scrap. The guy was literally shaking, ran to the shore and met Kuro. She wasn't even showing skin but still had that insane riz. Seeing the squad happy, she knew giving Pina away was a big brain move. Kudo is giving major mom energy. FR. She explained all guardians have that same vibe. They made the spirit core and since she's living inside, calling her mom is a total mood. Imagine 6 more squads this fire. Kuroko says 7, the world tree is dead, but the spirit core is still vibing. Big Sag, Yuri's big sis vanished, with the guardian tracking each channel. Means finding the rest of the squad. FR. But that's a reach, it's a whole ass struggle. Kuro asks. Giving up already? Skill issue? Bro's just smirking, sticking to the original grind. No way he's folding when he sees his muse smiling that hard. Getting Yuri back with her fam is a must since they saved his life and gave him a fresh start. So he's gonna do whatever it takes to reach that goal, no cap. Hearing that, Kuro realized this guy had that main character energy and naturally attracts everyone, no cap. Next morning, he wakes up and sees Megan. Rapper says the prez pulled up personally to hand him a mission. FR. He's like, why me? But the guild is full of NPCs and no one else can carry. Ever heard of B21? It's one of the most crack beasts the Demon King made a century ago. Since he got sealed, that monster low-key just vanished. Dunno why, but lately this creature just respawned and is wilding. Many took the L, so the legends need your crack skills. The mission is to delete this high-level virus. Rapper says think twice cause you might not return, but he's gotta pay. He agreed so fast it literally left the other to shook. Thought he'd be stressed, but his vibe is simple. People are in trouble, so he's gonna fix it, no cap. Our main man isn't just buff. His mental game is also straight up goated. The prez was speechless and is putting all their trust in him. FR. Immediately he and his 4 baddies pulled up to the spot, but searching in the desert is a major L. Master tracked the beast and warned that the earth dragon eats magic and turns it into mana. Plus its attacks literally rip through space, so stay alert. It's basically a behemoth. But first, they gotta bait it out. So they started throwing fireballs at it. First, he dropped a shockwave to bait the beast. Threatened, the earth dragon spawned in and asked which NPC dares to wake him up. Witnessing B21 for the first time, he saw it was a total unit. FR. It's almost as big as Kuro's Black Tortoise form. It actually speaks and says it's never caught an L before. Since the Demon King birthed it, it's been craving a real vibe check, but no one can hang and they all get folded in one tap. Life's been giving major mid-energy, so it's been low-key waiting. It looks weak, but that magic was actually cracked, so he's definitely valid. He drops his name and says he's here too. Delete it, but he must just laugh because the audacity of this clown is wild. The dragon says the Demon King cooked him up. Thought I was the goat until that rando started trash talking like the Demon Lord. Isn't even built different. Fights on immediately since it dissed. The master, Azulin, was right. This beast's air bullets are literally shredding through everything. Our guy has that MC speed. effortlessly dodging and securing the bag. Bro is unbothered, charging in two, casually snatch an arm, the earth. Dragging his shoot cause it's maxed out. Scales got sliced like absolute butter. It realized bro is actually hunting it, so it went stealth mode underground. Low-key disappearing, it's feeling itself thinking it's got the kill, then the behemoth pops up and swallows him whole. But against the truly strong, all tricks are. It was mid, so I deadass sent it back to the lobby FR. First and last time the Digimon felt that pain, seeing the hunters vibe, it was low-key happy even. After taking a massive L, the dragon was like, how, you got eaten, she said. I just dropped a whole massive nuke right inside your body. Since the skin absorbs mana, this strat was the meter, he's okay. Thanks to Kuro and Uzu's cracked barrier. Also, she baited it from the jump. It got hit with an illusion and was just chasing a shadow. The dragon caught a major L4. Thinking humans are NPCs, it knew it never stood a chance, FR. That's actually fire. Dying like this is a whole mood, so taking an L doesn't even sting FR. Loki felt sad, but the urge to check those new skills was too real. Since it was an Earth Dragon, the drops were all S rank, no cap. Those two sisters pulled up to stan him for being the first to ever beat that boss. The Demon King made big flex. He said this W belongs to the squad. Cause everyone put in work, and he just finished the job. A few days later, they got invited to the castle where the girl still says she's his wifey, and the king wants a meeting. The dad looked like a final boss. Thought he'd be toxic, but he's chill. Even invited him to sit and talk. His two girls started acting up and bickering. Even the father-in-law is low-key. Flex and his Rizlord's son-in-law. He pulled up today to check the vibe and reward that B1 Megan raid, which was definitely a major dub. He also thanked him for saving his daughter. No wonder she's so down bad for his main character energy. As a girl dad, the king bowed. But our boy said nah FR. Yuri did the heavy lifting. Without her crack skills, I would have been caught in 4,000. The dad's intuition is peak. He sees the pure vibes and knows this man is going to be a legend. He even dropped a gift to Royal sealed watch with maximum drip. Now he can go anywhere he wants. Their whole vibe is just exploring. Smash cut to Raw pulling up to the city where his clout is. Actually insane, no cap. Bro went from trash scavenger to main character energy, then a China spawns in asking for help and she's a literal spirit FR. Back to the MC who's drained. After fighting that electric dragon, he's napping, so the waifu is catching some G2. Vina's fresh out the shower and once her hair dried, her sis knows she's simping for the boy, so she says he's doing fine. Mom says he's just out of mana. To stop her worrying, Vina says, let's cook some fire food for when he wakes up. Bet. Isn't it way better? It's been a minute since they went shopping, so they're low-key exploring the city for the vibes. If Yuri is in danger, I promise she's Gucci, cause they're spirits and regular people can't even touch them, FR. Back there, after finding out they're a spirit, it was a mood. Edina is being so sus and corrupted. Trina cancel her own sister. Right now, Coca is low-key a mastermind, baiting the prey slowly, saying he's got beef with some Appraiser guy, right? Meanwhile, she's in her feels, remembering the time she was with War and seeing herself getting treated like trash. He was low-key pressed about it. That dude was straight up using her, paying her crumbs, but she had to smile. Major L energy, then she saw herself being those flesh-eating monsters almost ended me FR. If I wasn't so lucky, I'd be cooked too. The ops think he only glowed up because of the spirit I flex. Without it, he's just a mid loser, literally straight trash. Even if he looks different now, his energy is still the same. He woke up shook, making Master worrying. Asked where he was causey. Forgot everything after the king talk. Arsenal thinks his human build is too weak for that cracked power. The girl is stressed, so go riz her up with some sweet talk. The sisters are out here vibing, while Grandma is low-key lurking. She pull up if things get sus. Uzura saw he wasn't 100%, so go rest. After resting, he talked about that bad dream, FR, thinking he could change his fate was just a fluke meeting Iori and the squad. He thinks he should have been monster food long ago. No cap. It's only cause of the spirit eye that he's even vibing here. He feels like a total loser, exactly what they said, hikey. Meanwhile, Echina is promising to help him get his revenge and reveals the cracked power of that spirit eye he's rocking. The dude holding that thing is only this up because of it. Hearing that, he got salty. Cause now that guy is not just immortal, but also a literal god, FR. No wonder a trash tier NPC became this cracked. It's all the spirit eye. Having successfully baited him, Echina asks if he wants that same energy. Nah, it's not like that FR. She acted all generous then. Pulled out some weird stuff. She wasn't goofy enough to hand over her core. Just wanted to use that jealousy to manipulate this dude into finding the sisters. After gaslighting him, he started turning into a total beast mode form. His power was absolutely cracked, low-key. Equal to the spirit eye, he was being used to cause pure chaos everywhere. All he's thinking about right now is revenge. His body feels light as heck. Total main character energy, but he looks kinda mid though. Spotted the girl who did him dirty nearby. He rushed her man and caught him lacking. Homeboy was shaking and low-key crying when he saw who was in front of him. She started begging for the mess she made. Begging for mercy, she said she'd tell the squad she was the one who paralyzed him. But bro was not having it, no cap. She wanted to be his girl again, and he was like Bet, but in a way where she'd get swallowed whole so they'd stay together. That's some cursed vibe, FR. Vina and Yuri were just vibing nearby, totally unaware they were being targeted. The baddie sister felt she had to pay him back for finding her fam, Slay. She didn't want to just be a damsel. So when they heard a bang, they paused and went to see what's popping. A bunch of people were low-key hurt, so Iori used her heels on everyone, literal W. The boss watching from above ordered him to target the spirit instead of reforms, knowing she'd be meat without her spirit. He went full beast mode on it. Tina clutched up and used her mom's barrier to block and dip with her sis. The villain tried to break it but Then each channel gave him a tutorial on how to counter that vibe. He locked in, used anti-magic and deleted the barrier to keep chasing. Vina got tagged, but it was low-key. No damage, she's built different. Yuri saw her shaking and stood on business for her, but then she got caught and called a clown for giving power to some mid-trash NPC. Clutch timing, MC and ukulele pulled up. Yuri was crying saying she really trusted the squad, no cap. MC felt bad for not protecting her sooner. FR, he told everyone to get back so he could solo carry. He checked the stats and it was wild. Master, this is sus. You think he's low-key cancelling the spirit eye's power. The vines tried to slide but got parried. But then he pulled a total beast mode. After turning into a chimera, he's taking 0 damage, FR, and is even overpowering us. This barrier isn't against his anti-spirit hacks, no cap. Bro is pressed and thinks this is wild. But the villain is vibing, thinking this weak barrier is not it, period. His hype cause the power is low-key mid and flexes that he finally caught that spirit energy for himself. That's cap, Azura tells the boy to lock in and focus on the grind. Since they're in the city, he's nerfing his own attacks. Master says full send it or we're literally cooked, even if we're here. Since he's still human in that form, they're low-key scared to end him. FR, bro's confused cause. If you've got that insane power, why not just use it? Instead of just flexing the W, you just secured. That's the tax for being a snake. Seeing this psycho move like that just makes the blood boil. FR, with monster stats in his hands. He's got 0 chill. He wants to make everyone who clowned him finally pay the price. Thinking they're the same vibe, he tells them to stop the fake virtue signaling and acting holier than thou. I see the villain arc brewing. His salty cause back then. He was getting gate-kept and treated like literal trash, no cap. I'm low-key Trina get that get back FR. Those old words really lived rent-free in my head and messed with my vibes. This inner demon is asking if he ever thought about clapping back at that hater who treated him like a total NPC and clowned him in public. The dark thought started haunting the bro, gaslighting him into thinking that he's just a straight-up monster in everyone's eyes. FR though, touch grass and be real. Why play the hero when everyone is toxic and will do anything just to survive? Someone at the bottom of the food chain has 0 aura, even with a glow up. They're still a total loser, no cap. Seeing his bae getting triggered by the hate, Yuri pulled up to protect her, knowing she's got main character energy and low-key being super kind. Ukraine too, even though I don't vibe with them. But FR, there's hardly anyone as pure as her. Now that she's leveled up, she's way stronger, so stay confident. No need to be scared at all because not just physical gains, but her heart has fully matured to up until now. She's always used spirit eyes to help others, but never once looked out for herself. But now it's time to wake up, so it's a whole different vibe, not using this huge power to bully the weak like that guy. USA reminds her that her main goal is to repay Yuri for giving her new life. Stopping now would basically be letting her own daughter down, no cap. She also mentioned that standing here right now with Vina is all thanks to meeting you. Without her, who knows? Wondering when we'll finally link up. And ever my fate just gotta glow up. Thanks to him, bro was touched cuz he's actually useful now and also got strong AF in every way, no cap. The villain kept yapping but he admitted he low-key hated the world for giving him such a mid-job class. But Yuri and the squad gave him a second chance. They trust him FR. So he's gotta lock in and not let anyone down. Power then went sicko mode, making Master hype cuz this is 100%. Spirit eye energy and the evil ego just straight up vanished. The up didn't know what hit him. So he backed off from the aura. Now he's a certified protector. For all the spirits, big W. Bro's done hesitating FR, from now on, to protect the squad he's gotta be him. Did he finally lock in with that power? So Master doesn't have to trip anymore. Ob thought he was him and rushed in. But got cooked instantly, every move. Was read like a total book. His physicals are literally peak form, main character energy. With just one tap the monster started. Shaking, looking at him with those sad eyes making him mad salty. It's giving pity, in this state. That spirit energy can't even touch the barrier he cooked up. Bro was pressed and asked for buffs. From Ekenel, she sent it, and now he's straight up tweaking. He kept rushing but he had a plan. Stacking purification and the blade. He swung a literal nuke of a blow. It totally cleared the bad vibes but let the guy live once more. I'm forgiving. That snake. Raw asked why he's still trying to save him. After being treated like trash, he's like, saving people is just a vibe, no cap. Even if you're mid, you can still help someone. And level up, he decided. To stop running and finally face his fate. Overcoming it, slay. Thinking he can change himself, time will follow. This guy got talk no jutsued. Accepted the truth, and got bagged by the feds. For judgment. Squad now knows the new op. Is that spirit who used Roy salting us? To start beef with them. At night, Ichina pulled up to the spot. To grab the broken eye, job's done, period. Gathering data after the scrap with you. The plan is still vibing low-key smooth. Her memories got sealed no cap. The plan's not leech a real motive. Is to bring someone back from the dead. A few days later Ori out of nowhere. Asked for a kiss and he straight up choked. Had to double check if she was trolling. Cause if UCLA finds out, it is over for him. But the spirit wife was dead as serious. This is a contract ritual for spirits. And guardians the master pulled up and let them lock lips for the big mission. Bro is still just a trainee guardian. So the bond between him and Ori is low-key glitching right now. That's why they need to do the ritual. To make everything run smooth again. His mana is acting up sometimes high, sometimes low and Ori can't even. This is a total must-do. Bro quickly agreed and said sorry to her for being a major red flag lately. Loki, the wifey, isn't even mad. One kiss and the vibe is restored FR. He thought the contract kiss was just a quick peck on the hand and it's over. Just as he was about to send it, Vina and Goro stood right there wanting to see the kiss. Friori telling him to stay chill. Ignore them and just lock lips already. To see how it goes. Hearing that, he turned red and was too scared to move, so Zora told them to leave before it got to cringe and took forever to finish. Miner's like, my precious girl is about to be kissed. How are you so calm? The master said he's not a stranger anymore, but he's officially part of the squad now. But it's just a kiss. FR, if he tries to do the most, he's literally dead. Just the two of them in the room. She's blushing hard cause it's her first time, low-key scared it'll hurt. So she just puckers up. Bro is shook, thought he'd just kiss. Her hand but lip to lip is wild. But it's a whole requirement so whatever. Plus he's down for it, so he goes in but he's low-key shaking. Ends up hitting the forehead instead. But the contract is secured, no cap. Guards are level up is crazy, stats go up, he already got that forehead kiss. And he's vibing hard. Cut to Ichan going to meet some demon clan mansion boss. This is Baron Falco. Asking what her business is, she says. She's got a direct decree from the Demon King to delete him. No cap. He's low-key offended that he's sent to fight mid-humans. Falco sneers, thinking ancient dragons are just peak of the food chain for regular monsters, while he's clearly built different. Never. He gasses her up and gives her a vibe that has her agreeing to the mission. Then he opens a portal to pull up to his location. In the demon squad, Franco's known as Storm because he moves so fast that normies can't even see him. Unless they have divine eyes, FR. The door was wide open and he was just vibing in his sleep, but a rando pulled up wanting smoke, so he had to end it fast. Franco got triggered for being low-key disrespected and tried to square up, but got slapped into next week before he could react. And he kept it moving. Bro thought a low-tier Baron was mid. So he gave this guest a one-way ticket to the afterlife, no cap. After the deed, he did a check but didn't know who sent this NPC. If he is the target, then Iori and the squad are definitely in danger, FR. The gang pulled up to check if he was still valid. Pin said since the demons got cooked 2,000 years ago, Bro has become a whole guardian now, straight up. He might even be stronger than her, facts. That's so mid-master letting them walk all over you. Then capping like they're way stronger FR. Next day, the duo met the self-proclaimed wife Florida and she was so hyped her crush finally pulled up like this. Yo, I'm here on business at the Forbidden's library. which low-key is all the kingdom's books, and is strictly for the royals. Only no cap. Thanks to the watch her dad gifted him, he's got the ultimate pass to use it. Florida took him to the entrance, but even she didn't have the perm saying only her dad or the librarian could let him vibe inside. He thanked her cause this was enough to see if the librarian would let him in. He had to pass through a door with a hella strong barrier. The MC successfully cleared, but Yuri's wife. The girl said there's a low-key invisible wall blocking us FR. Even Ukraine's vibe was off, like the connection between them got ghosted suddenly. She tried teleporting there for a heart minute, but it was a total fail. This proves the barrier user is high-key cracked, making him stressed, but for the squad, he's gonna keep pushing. Further inside, he realized it's a massive library for Yuri's family law, but digging through this whole mess is gonna take light years. Just then someone fell from high up. He caught her instantly with fast reflexes, since she was a total cutie. Seeing her petite vibe, he asked a question, making her blush and say thanks, then introducing herself as asking why she fell. He found out she was I was so lost in the source reading that I tripped, and bro was low-key speechless. Alice then used magic to return the book to its spot and said she's the librarian here, so she knows everything. FR. Nervin felt it was goated, but also thanked her since he only got in here because of her. Alice asked why he came and found out he wants intel on hidden dungeons to help a VIP reunite with family after being apart for literal years. She immediately gave him the book he needed and asked if Yuri's okay, which totally shook him. Turns out his right eye is Yuri's spirit core, and plus, she's actually another world tree spirit that they were looking for, no cap. Later, he had to dip before he could even. Iori finally met the big sis, Vina and Iori are low-key hyped, but they got a speedrun Alistar's world tree dungeon first. He had to say sorry to his muse for the delay, but he promised to fix it ASAP, so just vibe and wait a bit longer. Vina and the sis are trusting him FR because Alice is stuck here and ain't going nowhere. While the sis is chilling in the library, Alice's mom was like, why not just give her the dungeon guide to speedrun this? That would make the reunion happen fast and Alice would vibe with that. But she's low-key a shut-in and scared of the outside world. She has zero combat stats, only her eyes cracked. She sees right through everything FR. But what this spirit sis is low-key terrified of is human nature. Alice hates people, no cap. They ended Ekanol. Vermilion Bird saw the boy wasn't giving villain vibes, right, but the girl still can't vibe with him at all. Remembered being shook that Alice is the world tree spirit, then her mom came out and roasted her for not saying there were guests. She said she's the guardian and the daughter of Akin. She's low-key chill, so she passed the vibe check with the crew. He's hoping he'll be treated right since the girl is low-key glowing. Then he said Vina and Yori are waiting on them, but honestly, that's just a big nope. They're totally tripping right now, FR. This place isn't giving palace vibes like outside. It's low-key a hidden dungeon. The gate he just entered is what's linking both dimensions together. For real. Real talk, this spot is completely cut off from the outside world. That portal was built different. This library is basically the kingdom's brain, no cap. That's why it's fueled by world energy, to keep the protective barrier on fleek. The only way they can link up is to find another gate to this hidden dungeon. And he's got to clear it from the other side so they can finally exit. Leaving is kind of a big ask because Alice's body is low-key fragile. Hearing that, he went over to ask if she didn't want to see her fam again. He already knew the vibe FR. Seeing she was low-key terrified too. Step into a whole new world. He'd been in his feels like that too. But Azura and Yuri helped him stay winning and overcome it all. So if Alice wants to dip, I'm going full main character mode too. Protect her from any monsters and get her to the sister safe. Hearing those FR sincere words, Alice was shook. He's a human, but doesn't give off any bad vibes or make her scared. So when asked if she could trust him, Alice low-key agreed. He promised to find that hidden dungeon ASAP and come back to pick her up. Watching him leave, she said, see ya tomorrow, and her mom was vibing. But she's still letting Alice decide for herself. If she doesn't want to leave this library, then don't force it. But after yesterday's meet-up, she realized her daughter is down bad for that guy FR. This girl is zero stealth with her feelings. So just one look at her face, and you know the tea. Alice is thinking she's read about love like a million times, but for some reason every time she thinks of him her heart starts bugging. Her chest is tight with happiness and her colorless world is suddenly a whole vibe. Thinking books are cool, but sometimes you gotta experience it yourself to really get it FR. But why not just trust him for once? It'll be fine since her two sisters are already betting everything on him. Later, they arrive, so Akahori hyped. Alice up to finally spill her feelings. She's trusting him FR, hoping he'll get her out of there. He was hyped, gave a hug and jumped straight to the world tree before the dungeon. Grind, the mom handed over the spirit call vibe. Alice literally can't leave without it, no cap. Turns out she can't use teleport magic, so she just sent her clone to support him on the low. Then they started clearing the hidden dungeon to escape this place. He realized Alice's stamina is actually mid. She was straight up exhausted after moving just a tiny bit. Ended up carrying her while throwing hands. Since he's got those op skills lately, clearing this was a total breeze. FR. They pulled up to the boss room real quick. This fight is low-key unfair. FR. The boss's sword skills are literally goated. Good thing it has those hacks because, playing fair, he'd be cooked. After dubbing it, he got that lightning draw skill and more slash range, no cap. Even knowing it was up, this level of cracked is totally wild. Alice checked his vibe by rubbing his cheek since she's still learning how to be expressive. Big mood. Before leaving, Alice was acting sus. So her mum told him to give her piggyback ride since she loves that. He's like I'm down whenever she wants, which made her blush. FR. Atkins hype seeing his girl catch feelings because she used to only nerd out on books, but now she's in her lover girl era. Alice got roasted so hard she got salty. Afin low-key blew them away, no cap. Later, the squad was finally reunited. Iori ran up as usual to hug her while being totally stacked. Vina was more chill, just checking the vibes and asking if she was doing good. Black Tortoise and Vermilion Bird are same level, so they vibe like besties, but Azura is a noob, so she's literally shaking whenever she sees her. Uri's wife ran over to hug her, thanking her for the carry. Seeing this, Alice was low-key jelly and the sister caught her lacking because she's so easy to read. Vina ran up saying illy, which left her confused. Alice was clearly pressed, so the sister showed even more love to troll her. Then she hit the final move asking if the spot on the right was free. Say less. She dove in and claimed her man, no cap. At this point, the vibes are crystal clear. FR. Her bestie told Vina to stop teasing since she saw how he might low-key be catching feelings for her already. Hearing that, the girls huddled up to grill him. Suddenly cornered in a tough spot, bro literally had zero words. A bit later, the girlies hit the sauna too vibe, but somehow he also got dragged right in there too. Same question as before. Does he actually vibe with Alice or no? She was also low-key waiting for the tea. Yen was stuck in a total deadlock situation, scared to even move while everyone was waiting for the answer, but bro was standing on business to keep his soul pure. If he moved even a bit, Uzura might have ended him for real, no cap. The most unhinged part was Vina sitting right on his lap like, how's he supposed to handle that? The plan was to bolt, but every time Iori starts yelling and won't let him leave. Then Master steps in saying Yola low-key doing too much. FR. Gotta show some respect, but those spirits were ignoring him, looked to the left and saw some major assets, no cap. On the right, the legs were slaying. The youngest was vibing and teased him. Like, look at bro's face, blushing. FR. She's small, but she's built different. Like, she's really out here playing with hearts for the plot. Wife is so in us at thinking is red from a cold, but she's way off. Akahori's first sauna had him feeling total vibes. Then Kuro heard and cranked the heat to test his endurance for real. Soon he felt cooked and had to be carried. Pina went to check on Alice, but she was low-key cooked and couldn't even move. FR. Told her to chill, but she wasn't having it. The trio finally linked up after so long and just wanted to vibe out for every single second, no cap. Hearing her say she's staying forever, Iori and Vina immediately started the main character energy with some cuddles. Low-key happy for Chu talk, but that girl's riz was so mid I didn't even hear her confession at all. It's whatever though, plenty of time to run it back later. That night, Master was hard at work on Alice's core, and Akin came through with the Philosopher's Stone for support. Just like the moms did, she can't teleport like Asuna, but her power is actually cracked, no cap. The sidekick low-key leveled up the guard. Alice was going to say thanks, but no cap. Then she tripped and depanted him in front of the whole squad. FR. She was so shook she went AFK. For a sec, Alice saw that trunk and was like, sheesh, it's valid. The wifey saw that for the first time and straight up passed out. FR. The others were chill, praising his gear like it's actually peak. Next day Megan pulled up for a favor and said in just a few days he's had a major glow up. FR. Rapper agreed, his stats and soul are top tier. The duo is still thirsty, telling him he can slide in too their arms whenever he wants. Anyway, back to the main plot. Today, the guild master got a high key urgent quest from the king. Bro asked if I had any lore on the demon race. No cap, I do, since I just deleted one last night. Found out centuries ago the hero built a major space wall to gatekeep them. Banish demons from the human world. But lately, they've been spawning way too much in the local area, no cap. Mission is to delete them before casualties rise. Other adventurers are mid, so they need that main character's spirit power. He summoned the squad, saying he wanted to help the locals. Master was the first to object, reminding them of the main quest. Side quests are gonna take forever. Just got the whole squad free. Ori asked why he's down to help, and he said it's not his first time since that mom and daughter saved him. Ever. He low-key knows the despair of facing up enemies, so he's totally vibing with the folks being raided by the demon clan. It's low-key a calmer thing for the W of meeting Ukraina and Ori and getting helped, hearing that his wife showed up with that big support. The rest of the girls are on the same vibe, squad goals only, so the masters just smiled and Rapper and Minion are so hyped. You took the quest or else they would be lost in the source. FR. Cut to the land getting cooked, where the locals are facing some real. It's a whole struggle. FR. Everyone's exhausted, but they still gotta sacrifice the little girl to the monster so everyone else can stay alive, and she's the chosen one for today. She's just a small bean but so mature and sweet, which has everyone's mood low-key tragic and funeral-like. Once they pull up, a massive 8-headed beast spawns and everyone is shook, bowing down and calling it a guard. The chief is pressed for the dad too. Hand her over, lying that she go to heaven to vibe with her mom. She didn't even hesitate, just a main character smile and said bye. Dad promised he'd join her and mom soon, so don't even worry. Heike after the sacrifice, he's probably gonna log out of life. FR. She comforted him cause since mom went to heaven he's been crying daily. So she told him if I'm gone too, don't cry, I won't be there to wipe your tears. No cap. Then the adults finally caught the vibe. She fully understood the assignment and ran straight to that bloodthirsty beast, Slay. The dad ran him begging to be eaten instead. But that 8-headed snake was like L plus ratio cause it low-key hates men. No wonder this village is a major L. With no women left, it threatened to delete the whole village if they didn't sacrifice someone monthly. Facts. Since they lagged on the sacrifice, everyone got totally poisoned and tortured. But at the most desperate moment, and help pulled up, with the barrier being buffed it easily, blocked the deadly creature's bite, and now everyone thinks he's a literal guard. No cap. Arsenal says it's an SS rank ancient dragon with peak poison stats, but Iori's holy water is cracked and cleanses everything low-key. The villagers got saved in a total W, and that creature was shook its poison. Got hard countered easily. Since the divine I got buffed, his wife's healing is goated, so he told everyone to step aside so he can solo this beast. It's purely delulu to think he's just a tiny human who can't do anything. After talking that big game, it's feeling itself because its poison skin makes swords feel like 0 damage. FR. Can pierce through. Right after, he used a quick draw slash to delete that monster, but against a pro, all those tricks are just mid. Even at 10 PM, the whole village witnessed that and were shook. FR. Folks realized he's the famous hero, known as the Ancient Dragon Slayer, who's popping off. He's leveled up a lot by stacking all his moves into one single sword strike. Everyone was vibing way more after that and thanked him, but when he asked to meet the Lord, their mood went south and they immediately dipped. Baya ran up calling him a literal guard, so hyped to be saved she just started crying happy tears. No cap. Seeing her being so wholesome, he patted her head and promised to protect her smile and the village. We're here, so no cap. Don't even worry about it anymore. The squad pulled up to the local lord's castle, and bro, this place was flexing way too hard. Totally different vibes from the outside. A dude greeted him like the main character Dragon Slayer and said his name is Nigun. Then they got offered some cake, but it was straight up mid, actually salty as. The guy was like my bad for swapping the sugar with salt. When asked about the demon race running wild, he said he ain't seen nothing like that in his territory, even though they're near a BC where all the monsters spawn. He said the rumors are just cap and overblown, so he asked if people just mistook monsters for demons, and Nigun was like FR and had to apologize. I had to come all the way here to find out about you because the locals are low-key struggling. FR. On the way here, I even took down one of those things, no cap. Hearing that, he immediately got spooked and said that village was protected by that beast from monsters like it was its own territory. Since Ning killed it, everyone's gonna be suffering. He's not vibing with the sacrifice cause it's immoral. A little girl was targeted today. Should we just let that happen? Del move? The guy thinks one life for hundreds is a W, asking if you'll stay forever to protect them instead of that monster. That's obviously a no because he just deletes the ops and dips while they still gotta stay here and deal with those mob attacks. FR. Bro said he's got the duty to guard this place for his dad, and for that he's ready to do whatever it takes. Just like that I got kicked out and Was wondering where I messed up, low-key trading one life to save. Others is just not a vibe. Yuri doesn't really get the deep stuff, but she's still out here being a supportive queen. Telling me to just follow whatever. Path I think is a W. Inside the Lego castle someone's talking. About needing shadows to find a Hydra replacement or this whole place is cooked. Inside the painting that guy told Leon. Too chill, there's a ton of mobs that can fit the spot, but Ben is the problem. Because he's literally op. Shadow is gaslighting him FR, saying no way, someone kills an SS1 ancient dragon. So easy, saying he isn't human, but actually a straight up demon. So to protect the Regic territory, he's gotta cancel him, that dude has been low-key brainless and fully brainwashed. Acting all happy and thanking his bestie. For the tea, the guy in the mirror is actually the demon Viscount Shadow. He's trying to hijack Negan's body, just waiting for the right time to strike. Outside, the squad is checking the vibes around the city walls, but they're broken and abandoned for years. Zero guards, so monsters are just moving in and out easily. He asks a girl about the Lord, but she just scaredly noped out of there. Looks like everyone here knows it's cursed. Even though it was wild, I didn't fold and kept asking till I met this bro. He told me to quit because before, lots of guys came here and ghosted, leaving after the monster pulled up and absolutely wrecked the vibe. The whole harvest is basically cooked. Locals are either starving or getting unalived, so I used my powers ASAP to make the soil high-key fertile and planted all kinds of crops FR. Then the wall was fixed in one tap. Done, he said, if anything's mid, just LMK and keep the hope alive, no cap. The guy laughed since I was giving Major Lord energy. Lego's dad was highly respected, but when that new guy took over, he made a deal with Hydra, nerfed the defenses and maxed out the taxes. That's why they're all shook. Shaking RN. They said they'd trust me one more time and keep grinding, but then a whole pack of mobs got summoned to attack, so I'm locked in to make sure the village doesn't take an L. Effie felt something super scary coming, so she had to check why it's so quiet. These mobs targeting this place actually have high IQ. There's like thousands of them, no cap. But I promised to protect this sport, so I'm jumping down to catch them hands. If they get past me, the village is straight up cooked. The elf girl is low-key panicking. They aren't even not, but that many is a huge L. People nearby are watching and just waiting for death calls at this point. There's nowhere to run, FR, for that cute bestie. He's locked in more than ever, ready to crash out to keep the ops away from the locals. He told Illy to hop in his eye so he could catch hands with no worries. Starts with a raising gun to clear a side, but the range is mid. The mobs felt disrespected and just target him. No cap. They're big braining it, teaming up to launch mobs into the air to get close. Clutch super appraisal helped me find the perfect spot for every attack FR. Then I started spamming all kinds of our skills to thin out the herd to a safe level, but there's still a whole horde waiting. Bro keeps firing destruction beams, then drops a barrier on thousands of M. Inside, he's literally spamming raison guns too. Buff the damage, but FR the mob count is low-key only down by half. He's still using shadow clones too, with a magic thread Ned and slice those monkeys into pieces, no cap. Since he's hard carrying and buying time, the people inside finally escaped the disaster. That dude from Biffa saw him standing there, brave against thousands of mobs, and felt safe. He's a whole vibe, solo leveling and taking down a massive amount by himself. The others are starting to watch his grind, but the peeps watching are low-key, warning that if he keeps fighting like this, it's game over for him. He's going to keep going until they're all wiped out. Only then could they stop, and he was determined not to fold. Homie just dropped his ult, but with a massive range, this move drains all his mana, so it's low-key super dangerous. They're telling him to stop because that range will make him explode, no cap. But he's still pushing himself to the absolute limit. The ops are coming for him, but he's just standing there, unbothered. Then he activates his quick draw skill, one-tapping the whole squad, deleting 10,000 mobs at once. The battle's basically GG now, but his body finally hit a wall and he collapsed. Yet he still smiled because he kept his promise. What a legend. Yuri had to pull up with the holy water. Massive respect to the young master. Popping out, that was low-key a death wish FR. But no cap, it's wild how he endured until now. His body is truly built different for soloing the whole mob while being totally wrecked. Once he stopped tweaking, everyone pulled up to say thanks, treating the bro like a literal guard for saving the whole village. Everyone was vibing, but that one guy was not having it, asking how long they were going to let others carry them. Saying he's a stranger, but he's out here risking it all and soloing while his body is cooked and fighting alone. While y'all are just NPCs waiting for the outcome, doing nothing but blaming fate and waiting to get deleted. That line hit deep for everyone. Everyone's low-key shook by the Lord right now, but that bro thinks Nikon's moves are Major LS. He's telling them to forfeit since fighting is mid and won't change a thing, so they should just take the easy way out. Sacrifice the peeps, cringe. But look at our boy, he chose to fight like a total go, just like the previous lord who was a straight legend. Everyone got that main character energy, saying if monsters pull up again, they're gonna stand on business and survive. No cap, they can't let this flop situation continue, they gotta secure a bright future for themselves. Wifey's happy seeing this vibe, knowing her hard work finally paid off. And it's all thanks to him sharing his energy with everyone. Bro's wondering if he's finally closer to her now since their first meeting literally saved his life. Also, the elf girl and his master gave him a new life. He thinks if he shares these good vibes with them, the villagers will be winning too. Never Yuin just smiled and stayed quiet while he said he wants to see the main character view with her. Sounded like a confession FR, so everyone started shipping them. They were acting shy but were told it's okay because youth is just built like that, no cap. They finally decided to lock in and fight and stop following Nikon's orders. Right then this dude showed up and jump scared everyone, but they still stood on business and said they're done. Because the true village protector is her. FR, that dude side thinking everyone is low-key stupid. Said they're getting played cause he's a demon. Cause how could one guy solo 10,000 monsters and a hydra? This whole thing is a total cart chase by the pink one to gaslight everyone. The goal is just to take this lyric land. Everyone gave an eye gold that bombastic side eye, wondering what's even left in this dead land to actually take anyway. And even if he is a demon, he's still a vibe compared to the useless ones, leaving that other guy shook and totally speechless. That bro also asked if the lyric land he wants to protect includes the people, or nah, the lord they need isn't someone who'd just trash lives like him. He's gotta be like his dad for people to actually listen. Was ready to throw hands without any fear. Mentioning his dad made Leon remember some trauma and he started tweaking, begging Shadow to save him cause that thing in Leon's hand is looking mad sus. He really tried to test it, but the stats were hidden, same vibe as Roy's demon form, so he said toss it, but it was a major no-go. Leon looked in the mirror and got possessed. Massive Elbro doesn't even realize he fell for the trap, asking Shadow what the move is. The demon guy is just waiting for the right moment, like if they don't listen, just delete them, easy as that. Just like what Leon did to his pops. Now he's low-key confused why he's dead. Cause of the sickness. The ops finally showed their true colors, saying it was all according to plan. Back when Nikon was just a kid having an absolute vibe with his dad. He was always on that main character grind to make this land glow up, so everyone stayed calling him the cowherd lord. Whenever a citizen had beef, he'd pull up to help. No cap, Nikon was low-key proud to have a dad that iconic. He wanted to be a top-tier lord in the future for the clout, but honestly he was such a klutz, doing nothing right. Bro would trip just walking, and his health was low-key mid compared to others. Dad told his son to go touch grass with friends. Cause being young is all about having fun and catching vibes. Nikon was down and headed out to meet his peers were scared of catching something, so no one would vibe with him, They'd even troll him and then dip, hurting his feelings because his body wasn't even sick, just low-key weaker than normal. Leon went home sad only to get hit with another shock. Adults said he and the lord didn't look alike at all, no cap. Rumor said he was adopted, so everyone ghosted him, and the kid fell into a total despair era. Then the inner demon finally manifested, calling itself Shadow. This demon told Leon to stop being pressed about what others think. Just do you and live your best life. The evil said, claiming to be an imaginary friend and successfully faking him out, since he had no one to vibe with like before. Caught in the trap, promised to keep it low-key so they could vibe forever. So then Negan didn't give a damn about anyone else, just simping for what his imaginary friend was yapping. One day his dad was looking sick and he was stressed, but dad was like, I'm Gucci, it's just some monster or energy. The squad wanted to help their pops, so Shadow suggested learning how to brew some potion for the exhaustion. After finding a guidebook he started cooking based on the tutorial. Pops had no clue, thought it was just mid-tea, so he downed it and called him a W-son, which was a total mood. He told Negan to be a top-tier lord in his place, but then his dad's condition started. Things were low-key getting worse. He planted that specific herb in the garden to pick flowers for his dad daily, hoping he'd recover. A few years later, it finally happened. The goated kind lord everyone loved passed away due to illness. Losing his only fam, he fell into despair, but Shadow used the chance to plant some dark vibes in his head. He said Tinny World is still baby, but I'm here now, I'll fix what's missing and we're Gucci. Negan just had to trust and listen. He was being brainwashed following orders from his bestie. In the mirror. Then he dropped the tea. That herb was actually poison and Negan. Loki ended his dad bit by bit. Outside, in his low-key Trina call, the homie to wake up, but no cap. Shadow is fully in control now. Inside, the dude still thinks he's valid cause the recipe said healthy herbal tea while the demon is straight up vibing at how delulu he is, cause he's the one who gaslit the book and swapped the recipe, that poison. Grass is actually nerfing their health. Daily FR. Negan is spiraling RN while Shadow reveals the truth. I'm the real demon, not you, period. He was gonna pop up the dad too. Lead everyone to the demon realm. But Negan's vibe was just too perfect. So he chose him as the host instead. And just like that, he sent a whole crowd to the demon realm clown Negan. After that sacrifice cuz he deleted his own dad, FR, a total NPC who's weak in body and soul has zero business being a lord. He's just coping. He got played so hard, it's a major skill issue. Right after that, Shadow fully hijacked the body and dropped the law that he's the master of illusions. The demon clan boss, hearing
Shadow.
master of illusions, I knew he was built different. It's giving final boss energy. He was low-key using stealth to hide this whole time. Asking about that dude, Shadow said, he's literally right here. Then roasted him for being so mid. One little mind game and he's already possessed. Major L. He's low-key salty cause this dude said everything was Leon's fault. FR. He puppeted the Lord just to nerf the defenses of this whole land. He was gonna ship humans to the demon realm, but you came and wrecked his whole vibe and every plan he had. Now he's forced to actually step up himself. No cap. That's why Negan's body got snatched. He's flexing his mind-reading skills, saying as long as he's in this body, he's literally impossible for us to kill, FR. Cause if we do, Leon inside will also log out. The battle starts right then and there. Tried a barrier for crowd control, but it's mid. Turns out anti-magic is a skill all these ops can use. I realized I had to lock in my energy, so the barrier wouldn't get wrecked, but he peeped my eyes and knew the vibes. He spawned pink monsters to target the locals for distraction. That's why Shadow is so confident he knows how humans work. FR. I was definitely gonna slide in, right as he finished the barrier. The op summoned a whole mob of monsters. Getting cornered, I was just trying to protect the squad, but the numbers were way too much to handle. No cap. Ended up getting smacked in the face by that demon. A billion punches set my way, leaving me just trying to survive. Couldn't even focus to level up my power. Then I had a big brain moment and instantly popped the immovable for skill. The peeps inside were like, even if you do that ... but it won't change the outcome. FR. You know, said they want a combo. He already skills with that attack. Cause if he can't feed that demon, Nigol's cooked. Plus, using barriers is just a mid-temporary fix. Need a new strat to flip the script. This man pulled a power move, slowly, pulling up on the ops even though he's taking major damage. The op kept trolling to see what he'd do, said he's Loki a kind hero, but if he keeps simping for meaningless things, he's just a punching bag for practice. The demon thinks humans are cringe. Sometimes you gotta pack one person to save the whole squad. Facts. But you chose to save everyone even. If the odds are mid, he's still using. Trading one life for another is a total L. So he yelled to wake Negan up. No cap. This move was a whole jump scare and it actually worked for a sec to make him stop. But after a few seconds he went back to attacking. I'm not leaving anyone behind, no matter how mid or toxic they are being. The demon saw his and got shook. Even after taking massive hits he just kept pushing. Straight facts. Everyone was low-key panicking. Cause Yuri's heels couldn't keep up anymore, but he ignored the noise and successfully snatched the ops. To fix his mindset he used a headbutt to make Shadow go night-night, and that's when Negan finally started vibing with the advice. But his mind is low-key. Totally cooked since he actually ended his dad and innocent peeps, thinking family is mid and shouldn't even exist, yet he's still yapping about protecting this place for the plot. He's starting to remember the main reason he had to gatekeep this land. To be a goat like his dad, plus he just wanted to vibe with people and have a life full of laughs. That kid used to hype himself up to protect everyone's smiles, keeping his dad's advice in mind, no matter the situation. Don't let your heart get cold. If he stays on that grind, he'll be a W leader for the people soon. He's out here catching feels. Thinking about those old villagers are built different now. Squaring up with monsters to protect the squad. If we just vibe together, any struggle is a light work. No cap. Negan is currently being puppeted by the demon clan, so that bro wants to save him to pay back a favor to his dad. Hearing that, the homies got hyped and grabbed their gear to clap back. Inside, he's feeling the big sad cause. He messed up for real. He should have Stayed woke about Shadow from the jump. But low-key, he's still got that main character energy. He's owning his ails, so he can keep moving forward. He wants to finish his lord duties before he has to answer for the messy maid. Real talk. Shadow is awake now, but losing aura as Negan fights back from the inside. I tried gaslighting her saying she's the reason we're cooked FR. Just as he was about to throw hands, his body lagged and the guy was pressed F, yelling he ain't leaving this body no matter what, so stop resisting, no cap. Hearing that, Negan was low-key relieved and thanked her for waking him up. Then, out of nowhere, he literally stabbed his own heart to pay for his ails. This makes it easier for her to delete the ops and was shook, so the master had to step in and stop her. Said, this is Negan's main character energy, don't waste it. Then the guy was struggling and asked if he really wanted to log out. Turns out Negan knew this bestie wasn't just a hallucination he made, but he was so lonely he just needed a vibe. Wanted a homie, so he low-key played dumb. The Shadow used him to hurt so many peeps, but till the end, this bro still treats them like a bestie. Cause without Shadow back then, he'd be lost. So honestly, the vibes lately were totally immaculate. Sounds touching FR, but too bad. That guy is a demon. It was all cap. Even now, he's still trolling Legal for being weak, saying guys like him are easy to bait and manipulate. No cap. Since this body is cooked, he's dipping and telling Legal to just take the L and die alone. Thought the demon tribe was scary, but their true form is just a gecko. Shadow's aiming for the next target. He fought hard, but then Den sent a sword straight through his dome. No cap. Gold was getting some treatment with holy water, but they didn't realize Yuri had been spamming from the start. The heart wound was too deep to regun FR. Seeing her man being so down bad, the wifey pulled up to carry the squad. Don't quit, we still got a chance. Hearing that, he kept using recovery and clutched his bro back from the gates of hell. Lego was at the end of the road when a light suddenly started leading the way. Felt like his dad's hand reaching out. So he grabbed it and straight up respawned. The two were hyped and hugged him. But he crashed out and asked why they didn't just let him stay dead. FR. Since I can't even atone for my ails anymore, at least death would be an escape. No cap. Everyone knows if we ditch him like a total loser, it would be a massive L for the previous Lord. No cap. And don't even think dying wipes the slate clean. TBH, what he did is straight up unforgivable. FR. But no matter what, the ones who died ain't coming back, so just stay alive and face the massive hate from the angry crowd. The dude realized that even if he unalived himself, he wouldn't be forgiven. Crying FR as he thanked everyone for giving him another chance. Then his waifu collapsed cause she was totally drained, but she's actually all good, just needs a quick nap. He felt so bad for making her use her power like that, so he said thanks and let her vibe in the corner. After what the demons did, she's on a mission to delete them all. FR. They used human weakness to cause Max pain. First it was one thing, now it's another. Suddenly, Alice clocks some sus vibes from the demon. Vina saw it and used a barrier to trap him, like, where do you think you're going, bruh? She pulled up and her sis said this bug was Trinidib, so she didn't end him, but demanded the tea on why they were targeting her and what the plan was. Shadow was gatekeeping until she threatened to delete him, then he tried to negotiate. He was ordered to take him out, but before he could drop the name, his body just straight up exploded. Heike seems like a failsafe too. Keep the mastermind and by evening, everything was finally a vibe. The locals are ever giving thanks because they can finally just vibe and chill now. I promised Little My I'd pull up again, which made her hyped. Then Nikon came to ask for a huge favor for me too. Hold it down and protect this land. Since there are so many mobs, if we aren't careful, they'll attack. Seeing everyone bowing and begging, I was low-key lost for words. FR. A few days later, after reporting back to the castle, I officially became the Lord of Re. Massive W. I'm a noble now for soloing the demon tribe. Nikon even offered to give everything to me and turned himself involuntarily. He's ready to take the L and face the music, but it's not a game over. The duo and Megan pulled up to ask regarding the proposal to marry. MERN, Claudia is low-key the person whose happiest cause now she's finally valid to be my wife. Father said bet immediately, so the princess hugged my wifey, but then someone laid on top to reclaim her spot. Claudia won't admit her friend is the main wife and wants to be the second, making Alice low-key press cause of another rival. Vina even claims she'd be the fourth wife, flexing her own spot as number 3. Cut to the demon realm, inside the Demon King's castle. Two dudes are talking about how Baron Franco and Shadow got bodied by a mere human. They're laughing at this L, saying noble demons are mid, but as soon as Squidhead finished talking, he got straight up deleted. This noble girl who started it is big mad cause. Someone clapped back. She's weak and delusional FR. So catching an L is totally deserved. The other guy realized she's Luana, head of the 5 nobles, who used to keep a human warrior as her little plaything, no cap. But lately he's been glitching out. So she wants a new vibe, then heard about humans beating her kind. And she's low-key intrigued. Meanwhile, Ina's thinking he's the goat, easily dipping those shadow demons like it's literally nothing. Luna pulled up to ask the move, since she's been lurking lately, and got a bit curious. Echina said it's cause of his special eyes, but the other thinks he's just a bruh. But this girl was yapping about how if you're just a normie, how could you even diff Banco and Shadow? Hearing that, Lona wanted to check if it was legit or cap, saying she took the bait. The evil spirit asked her to kidnap one of those low-key cute girls for it. Since Luna's currently vibing with that guy, it's a total side quest. She thought after deleting Min, she'd just bring the world tree spirit back home. She was so confident in her skills. Was about to push her slave to move, but then realized he was dead. After Arsenal successfully baited that girl, he was hyped for the fight, wanting this guy to be more cracked. Back at the crib, I asked the wifey what she's craving for dinner, then Alice low-key pulled up wanting to talk, FR. Tina spawned in thinking a confession was dropping, and the tiger was trying to get some of that same energy too, but no she was actually yapping about one of the world tree spirits, Alice's hacks basically pinpointed where one of them is at right now. She wants the whole squad back together and wants to carry her weight. No way, she's letting those other to gatekeep the main character energy. I was vibing with that cause Alice is a real one. Iori asked for the look-like, where they was ready to dip immediately, but then some random voice chimed in. Like bet, I'm down with the plan. The squad turned and saw her chilling on the bed for ages, flexing too. Massive watermelons, like who is this? She was hikey chill, calling them over. Iori didn't hesitate, just jumped in, calling her big sis, but it was just a reflection. Her real body was at the World Tree FR. The intro said she's the second sister among the spirits. The dude was shook, never thought finding her would be this easy. He introduced himself, then she started flirting with him right away. She said no need to be shy, but the bro was totally distracted by those massive watermelons, blushing hard and lost for words. He thought, why are the world tree spirits so quirky? Alice has been. Tell that girlie to hop on the main topic and stop rizzing up, my man. FR. Ayu says low-key the demon tribe is after her, so she really needs a massive favor. ASAP. She's hanging by a thread, but the ops are way too cracked. Hearing that, the bro immediately says bet and asks where her world tree is vibing at. Crush said it's not her being targeted. It's the youngest May, Ori said. She's such a mood and a total cutie. Alice used her hacks to find Abyss but stumbled on the sister spot. It's huge, probably a secret mega dungeon, FR. He asked if May's guardian is still standing, but nah, she's been dead ass gone for a hot minute. Makes sense though, calls the world tree, since it's a cracked mana source. Ops are always trying to catch bodies just to secure the bag. He was low-key salty, so to protect his crush, she stepped up as a guardian and spirit, FR. Bro was shook because he thought the world tree couldn't move, but Alice explained the top 3 spirits, including the sisters, can move independently, so they can basically do whatever they want to a certain extent. Big vibe? Basically, after folding the demons, they're gonna recruit more to the squad. The girl saw how smart he was and called him Iori's husband-to-be, which had the girl so hyped she was literally speechless. No cap. Proxy's fit is showing off those curves, FR, so get over here ASAP cause my real body over there is about to crash for real. Alice was shook, like how is your evil eye taking an L to the demons? She knew if she actually locked in, she'd clear them. But that'd literally nuke the world tree and the territory. This eye energy is not something you can just control easily. That's why it's nerfed like this. To seal the power, she thought if even Big Sis is struggling, these demons are actually built different. FR though, they're targeting the new spirits now. Before, they just targeted him, which was mid. But messing with the fam, that's a huge L. It's on site. Whatever the move, they're hikey hyped, calling the whole squad to help Big Sis and the wifey. They're FR stoked because of the reunion. Vina and Alice hope the other two can hold it down for a bit. With the bro's promise, Chris was smiling, shook that her sisters would actually come to clutch. Since Alice found the world tree, she finally said peace out. See you there, bestie, with those wholesome little sisters. Later, with that light speed, they pulled up to the hidden dungeon. This whole forest is low-key under Baby Cloud's control. Master said this place is cursed AF. So don't be mid and don't be foolishly dropping in from the top, or the curse will auto-trigger and you're cooked. The locals living nearby are saying if anyone steps inside, then the forest is gonna devour you. Good thing Alice's eagle eye locked the spot, or we'd be wasting so much time looking for it. FR. Vineknuckles hype cuz it's time for his bro to go beast mode on monsters like back in his secret dungeon. Yuri's feeling weird vibes since they haven't seen any monsters yet. You see, LA says these monsters aren't mid at all. They know you're the main character here, so they ain't trying to catch hands. Hearing that, he zoomed away at a terrifying speed, just like the wind. No cap. Master asked if he didn't feel the changes after clapping those demons, but he'll find out soon anyway, so she didn't even bother explaining. Right then, Master said hold up cuz she sensed a swarm of bees way up high. They're all grouping up now. A demon pulls up, not the main boss but her lackey named Hornet who's got the power to spawn bees for the smoke. Saw a bear nearby and it was total cringe. So she flexed her power to scare it off, thinking there's no way she'd lose with these numbers. She tried to attack but he literally teleported behind her and stabbed her right through the bone. No cap. Hornet is shook and doesn't even know what happened after the last scrap. He swore as long as it's a demon, he's low-key never gonna show mercy. But the op ain't dead. She's split in two. A billion bees to dip, but he doesn't even care about the numbers. FR. It's just a total wipeout, simple as that. Arsenal assisted from the inside, targeting every single weak spot as he dropped his ult. New move just dropped, billions of beams, wiping the whole sky. FR. They tried to dip through portals, but Luna said not today and blocked them. Honestly, it was a major L. They were yapping about his power, then she just snapped her fingers and they got deleted. She was like, these minions are straight up mid. She felt someone staring at her back and was like hi, then introduced herself as a duke from the Great Five. Her voice alone had that MC energy, making me realize she could actually gap Chris's evil eye. She's built different, but no matter the vibes, I'm still gonna smoke her. Luna gave him flowers for realizing she was nerfing his mana, then started yapping about snatching the world tree. Mans crashed out and rushed in. He kept spawning behind her back, making Lona shook, falling into a passive state just eating those hands. FR. In mere seconds he let out a whole combo, pure aimbot. The demon was low-key vibing since she finally had a real challenger. She's laughing like a maniac. FR. Praising him for making her bleed. In return, she popped her ult. A move that's a guaranteed hit. Counter as well, just as she said. By LOL, her whole move got reversed back at her. She was lagging for a sec like WTH, and when she tried to dip, she realized she was cooked. Bro thought he only took a few hits from in, but his body is already cooked. FR. Before he could even process, homie dropped her finishing slash. Just like last time, even with no head, the demon is still vibing, but he's about to school this up real quick. Earlier, I wasn't just throwing hands for real. Every hit had a major debuff attached to it. Man doesn't even remember how many times he swung, but she's low-key nerfed to the ground now. She's so weak she can't even clear trash mobs now, so even though she's salty, she has to dip and plot her comeback. In was gonna stop her, but Master was like, nah, check on those two first. Alex led the way and they finally pulled up to the cocoon. The door just opened up to welcome everyone. Inside the vibes were so aesthetic it made everyone shook. Finally, the crush got to reunite with the three siblings. Yuri and Bina pulled up to celebrate. Seeing them acting so extra, Alice was like, they've been besties since forever, so they're always low-key unhinged like that. They started roasting Alice like the old days. She was living for it, then asked where the other sis at. Big sis said she's still catching Z, so they poked their head in to check. But then someone stepped on a twig. She woke up, saw a rando and went full panic mode. She was shook. FR. After making her cry, I tried to fix the vibe to help her calm down, but that goofy face made her cry even harder. No cap. Big sis had to pull up to save her. She chilled out once she saw her big sis and hugged her immediately. FR. It's been a minute. Shorty also ran over to Vina and Alice too. Vibe for a bit, then she acted all shy. No cap. Since she knew the girlies were coming, she prepped flower crowns to let them slay. Low-key sad cause they aren't finished yet. The three sisters were so grateful to the cutie and promised to help her finish them later. Yuri even put a flower in May's hair and she was glowing. She lives for the hype. So everyone said it was a total vibe. She wants to be a main character, so people will pull up just to hype her up. Seeing Shorty stop crying, I'll say thanks. Suddenly May was not feeling this guy at all, thinking he's a major red flag, just like those other dudes outside. His wife stood up and said he's actually a W. So don't even worry, this dude is the one who folded the demon clan. FR. She's actually base, so she bowed and apologized for thinking he was a red flag. He didn't trip since he startled her. Then they locked eyes for a second. It was low-key a vibe. Then she asked to sit on his lap. He had to give her head pats and Even lift her up high, no cap. The kid was vibing, so he just went with it. When she wanted to fly even higher, he accidentally jumped to the moon. He realized he was doing way too much and got worried she'd be shook. The four sisters watching were thinking, she's gonna be crying for a whole week. Fr. Minor felt like she couldn't make all the spirits love her, and at first, he thought the youngest was just salty. Already though, why are you laughing so smugly, Fr? Just because you jumped that high for once, shorty? Even gave you a VIP spot on my besties list, no cap. Rose and Vina were like, congrats to the bro, cause he almost caused a whole disaster. Fr. The girl suddenly said she wanted to roll with her big bro and the squad. Anyone else would have said bet instantly. But since May's a lil one, low-key dangerous, he had to check the vibes with Big Sis to see what's up. Rule said to respect the shorties' wishes and told them to leave the guarding to her. Basically, she ain't leaving cause she gotta care for the world tree. I just want to hear what -1 actually wants, not just responsibility. He said he'd vibe with what she wanted. Being cared for like that, the baddie was low-key caught in her feels. She wanted to roll with the fam, so he's a certified pro for reading her heart like that. Deadass no cap. He thinks protecting the world tree is light work with his skills. He'll clutch up if anything goes down. The meter move is a cracked barrier plus a clone, simple as. She felt the vibe and handed over her spirit core and the lil cloud to him. Now they're part of him. Like the other three, he said bet, and welcome the new squad member. Big Sis also let the girlies know, me and little sis Cloud are joining the squad's journey. Vina and Diori are hype celebrating while I promised the bestie to protect her world tree ever, so just trust the process and vibe with me. They're hugging and saying thanks cause soon the family will be reunited, and when she said I love you, I was low-key blushing. Alice heard that and copied her like I love you. But she's so small, only Peanut noticed the vibe. Seeing the five sisters living their best life makes me happy. Fr. He's sharing his feels with the master, meaning the journey's about to be more hype than ever before. There are 4 sisters still missing, but if it's you, she knows you're that guy and will definitely clutch it. He's bringing up the backstory of back then I was low-key hating on myself. Fr. My head was always clouded with those negative vibes, but then the universe let me meet Iori and the whole squad. Everything changed when he found something worth protecting. Just seeing the girls smile made my heart feel so wholesome and happy. Fr. Asuna looked at him and remembered the early training days with the boy, almost tearing up cause he finally grew up and leveled up. Even though she's always roasting him, she treats him like her main student. That thought barely passed before she kicked him a bit, demanding the spirit core right now. With this gift from May and his crush, he kept evolving and became stronger than ever. He copped the evil eye skill and the power to control plants, no cap. So his right eye evolved too, letting him upraise way more. Fr. Big Sis pulled up to warn him the evil eye is high-key dangerous for everyone around, including him, cause if it's activated, everything in sight just vanishes like it never existed, no cap. It's like you're literally deleting stuff from existence. It's wild. It drains massive mana and puts major pressure on the eye, but since it's Eon, he'll dodge the risk because his divine eye has 5 spirit cores. Slay. And May's power, it's low-key cracked, not even gonna lie. She can totally freestyle control trees and spawn plants after her divine eye leveled up and already has appraisal skills. Once he absorbs it, he gets the buff. They're built different, for real, like high-ranked demons can control aura to attack. Low-key lucky his sword is up now. With that main character energy to slice demons and absorb their aura, it's totally gonna outplay them, no cap. The bro was hyped and had to give props to his master for doing the most for him. Cut to Ekanel's spot, Nana took an L, so she called a meeting with the high-ranked demons to cook up a plan. To cancel him, basically saying he's a huge red flag for the Demon King's comeback. Next day, the squad pulled up back to Leagold's castle since they got the keys, so they can vibe and make it their main base for real. He told all the besties in the house to start grinding on chores, wifey too. Naturally they're down, but the others are giving low-key lazy vibes. Good thing the mom stepped up. Alice wants to use this chance to flex on you. The thick sis and the youngest ones, Waystard and the others Wilden, I'm dead. No idea how Hien is doing. The rapper's gonna all the bags from the old man's place. Meanwhile, I need this spot to be clean so we can live our best life. He split everyone into duos. He'll personally help Alice since she's all alone. It'd be such a vibe if aka Han were here. He said he'll grind hard. So one day we're all reunited together. Alice heard that and was like, bet, I'll wait for you to clean. Cleaning the study got me reminiscing about the first time I met her. She was catching feelings and thought it was the move to finally confess. She was about to spill when he suddenly said he really liked ... making her think he was rizzing her up, but he was just yapping about liking books. But Alice didn't even crash out or blow everything away immediately. Perrault finished his side quest and checked on his girl, seeing that everything was looking valid. But you can't sneak anything past the goat. Xuanwu told Vina to end the illusion, or she's straight up cooked. She was shook and revealed she was just snacking and doing zero work, no cap. Yuri's wife was in the bathroom and seeing her daughter so hyped was low-key a concern. Uzora saw Shorty trip and ran to help, but she actually fell herself. Major L Shorty felt like mom was being a total helicopter parent, no cap. She's low-key vibing with chores since it's the kind of stuff that back in the isekai she never experienced. So now she has the chance, she happily do it all herself. F.I. Uzora heard that and locked into clean, making him literally start sobbing. Meanwhile, the group started working, and Shorty thought a roach was a mood. So she showed her sister and she absolutely lost it screaming. Shorty even asked to keep it, she's built diff. But she got salty after being yelled at, cause she had to let the cutie go. Her crush was about to go goblin mode when the other girl finally realized ... There's so much droop here. The sister suddenly got a wild idea. After cleaning up, everyone did a fit check. Yuri pulled up looking like a whole princess, making me low-key stare. They said the girlies were throwing a party, asking if she looked fire. He blushed and said the fit was a whole vibe. She was so hyped she dragged him to see the squad. Once inside, everyone was straight up serving looks. This could legit be a beauty pageant. Suddenly his heart started doing the absolute most, thinking he's in his peak era. With power, clout, and baddies, everything is just perfect. Vina then asked him to glow up into a prince, but he almost said no cause he's basic, which made Yuri low-key sad. Seeing that, the mom low-key jumped in to help him switch fits, and his muses said the look was literally serving, no cap. Then they all started vibing and dancing. Total core memories unlocked. By the end of the day, Yuri was spamming thank yous for bringing the squad together. Bet they'll be even more hyped once they link up with the other of his sisters. He's literally so happy and just wants these good vibes to stay on loop forever.